honor of the Chinese New Year, today we are eating at the Shang Palace over at Shangri-La Hotel Makati. Also here because Shangri-La will be sadly closing this week and we're gonna say goodbye to Shangri-La. Let's go! I never downloaded the QR scanner. I really prefer the physical menu. The menu is mostly just dim sum, but I have a few main courses. I have to admit I'm not a fan of Chinese food, but I know the food is really delicious. On the menu, they have hot prawn salad. They have sauteed scallops with asparagus, sounds good. They have sauteed US beef with wild mushroom, with shishito pepper and black garlic bean sauce. Very interesting. They have the deep fried duck with cutlings and spicy sauce. The rest that's on the menu are the typical things you'd find in a Chinese restaurant, plus the dim sum.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, regarding about the dim sum, ma'am, this is unlimited.
Okay.
Except the main course. Main course just
Except
only
for
one.
the main course.
Best seller for our main course is a hot prawn salad. May scallop po tayo. Kasi scallop not available na po.
Oh.
Tapos yung beef po natin. Tapos lapu-lapu with sweet sour pork.
Yeah.
Chicken Chinese wine. Deep fried duck with cutlet spice beef, ma'am. And then,
Like the beef, no? Yeah.
Meron po tayo po yung soup of the day po. Pork, radish, and then carrots. Ano po siya? Clear soup. Yang chow po. Rice. Noodles.
Noodles, yes.
Po dyan.
I can eat yang chow.
Oh, yang chow.
About po, ano po, yung jellyfish.
I like jellyfish.
Sige po ma'am, input ka na po ito ma'am.
But we haven't done that either.
No, I did it before.
The walk tour in Binondo.
In Binondo, walk to
We haven't even eaten
in Makati Garden. He does those tours around Binondo, around Manila.
What's included in the tour?
Yeah, you keep eating and eating because he takes you to the restaurants inside Binondo, and then he tells about the history, and then he told us about one restaurant we went to. This was opened by a woman in her 80s. Kasi when she was young, she was always under the care of her husband. Siyempre, she had to be a good wife. When her husband died na, she decided to put up a business. And you have to keep out. You know, they have sometimes spicy sauces. And they were game, ha? Beside us were two German tourists. They were putting the hot sauce.
What's your Westlake soup?
This is Westlake soup. Open it, let's see. Sweet and sour lapu-lapu with a sauce on the side.
And some Fujian noodle.
Fujian noodles.
Fujian noodle.
Fujian is the south.
Fujian noodles. Sounds good.
Please enjoy ma'am.
Thank you. It's Fujian noodles.
Fujian is where our Filipino-Chinese patriarchs come from. No? Fujian is where the C's come from.
Okay. Henry C. came from Fujian.
Fujian. The Kawangkos. Kawang.
Really? 1 week before the
All
Chinese
their
New Year.
fruits, their best fruits, they're all out there.
Oh,
Lucky yun eh.
they line the
Yeah,
streets.
their best fruits, their peanuts.
Their best fruits.
and they're all on display there. Duck, ham,
The duck, the ham, all their Chinese products. Huh?
all their Chinese products. They're
Oh,
all
that's
out there
so
in Binondo.
interesting. I want to do that. It's like a food crawl of. It's like a Chinese food crawl.
Beijing, they like spicy. They like hearty. They don't like dim sums.
Yeah.
No, they
So
don't.
this is Beijing.
Unlike the Cantonese,
Cantonese,
that's part of their
they
life.
like dim sum. Oh.
Shanghainese naman, they like
Shang-
sweet food. Yes.
Which one? Shanghai.
Shanghai. No?
Oh, what do you call the people who live in Shanghai?
Shanghainese.
Shanghainese?
Vegetable spring roll.
Wow, thank you, Kuya.
Enjoy now.
Thank you. So we learned that the Shanghainese for the people who live in Shanghai. They don't like spicy food.
Sige po.
They only like sweet food, so don't expect to eat anything spicy if you decide to visit Shanghai. So the Cantonese, they love the dim sum, while the people from Beijing, I don't know if we can call them Beijingese. So the Beijingese, meaning the people from Beijing, they actually prefer something meaty. They don't like food in small amounts. How interesting, right? Okay, so let's try and test these delicious Chinese dim sum Cantonese goodies. I have a lot on my plate and it looks like I'm gonna eat a lot of Chinese today. This is a spring roll. I don't really know if they call it anything in particular. Oh my god, this is delicious. But this spring roll is the winner. It is so good. This Chinese spring roll. Now for these balls. This is taro puff. Very interesting. So I love taro. And it comes in this nice puff. It's covered with flakes and all that and crumbs. Something like breadcrumbs and flakes. Very interesting. I'm excited to know the taste. I'm just gonna try it. Try the soy sauce and dip the taro puff in it. Wow. The taro puff is excellent.
Hakaw po.
Thank you. Wow, thank you. This is the hakaw. Look at that. Looks like it's so good. It looks like lychees. This is the beef. Beef with asparagus. I will eat just about everything they serve here except for one thing. I cannot eat this, and I'm sure a lot of you can identify, but I know some of you eat this, but I just won't. But this is ew. I'm sorry, but I cannot eat this century egg. I grew up on this century egg, but I never developed a taste for this. No. Ew. Mom loves century eggs, but for me, no. This chicken here, I'll eat the chicken here, but I'll never eat the egg. Just like I'll never eat liver, ever. Thank you. Thanks.
Jasmine is sampaguita.
Jasmine is sampaguita.
Very good.
And now I'm gonna try this hakaw.
I recall asking.
So my hakaw came apart. I'm not yet even halfway done and I'm already full, but I will have tea. This is jasmine tea. According to Tita Tina, this is actually sampaguita. I didn't know that. So let's try this very beautifully colored rose gold jasmine tea. Tea has a calming effect on your stomach. Okay, so cheers.
Your sinmai in Chinese.
Sinmai?
Siomai in Philippines.
Oh, sinmai, which is just shoma. And now for my Westlake soup. She fat. Tina's here to teach me how to say it. Go.
Okay, 恭喜发财.
Kung Shi Fat Chai. Fat Chai. Okay? Right. Tita, cheers.
You have to say
恭
恭
喜
喜
发
发财.
Kung Shi Fat Chai. There you have it. We learned something today.
Kung si Fat Chai.
Galing natin.
Tita Tina said we're good. I don't know about me. I don't know if I said that in a good way. But maybe they did. They sure did. She sure did. Very good. Very calming. I could already feel it in my stomach. My stomach is starting to feel more at ease.
more relaxed tea. But if you drink too much tea, it'll also make you very dizzy. So I'm going to try the Xiaolong Bao. Tita Tina says there's a special way to eat the Xiaolong Bao. You have to be very, very careful in the way you eat this. Sorry, I got distracted because there seems to be a lady wearing a pajama.
Small balls, Xiaolong Bao. No. The special thing about this is when you bite into it, there's soup inside.
When it
And
breaks,
it's hot, you might scald your lip. So you have to be careful when you bite into it. There's pork, there's shrimp. There's even one with truffles.
you gotta dip it in the soy sauce because even the soy sauce tastes so good. There's something special about the soy sauce. Wow.
Siomai?
So, I'm not really a big fan of Chinese food altogether, but my mom is, and so is my dad. In fact, I grew up with visiting this Chinese restaurant. It's called Empress Garden, and the food there was really, really good. It brings me back to that time where my dad was still alive. He really enjoyed eating there. We would eat there almost all the time. I think it was in Malate. Back in the day, traffic wasn't so bad. And so we had easy access to just easily go to that particular restaurant. And I can remember enjoying the food there for sure. But I don't know what happened as I grew up. I just deviated from Chinese food. But of course, my mom and my dad, they love Chinese food. Though I'm not Chinese. I know I look it, but I'm not. In fact, we're in Shangri-La, obviously, it's a Chinese-ran hotel. So at the Shang Palace, we expect a lot of Chinese, and yes, there are a lot of Chinese. They're probably wondering why I'm not able to speak Chinese. When this COVID ends, we'll be able to do a Chinese food crawl, because I've never done that. And I've never eaten in Binondo, so I'm looking forward to an opportunity to eat more authentic Chinese food. Then forgive me, I'm talking while my mouth is full. That's because there's just so much to eat. Tita Tina has more to say about the Xiaolong Bao and how there's a certain way you're supposed to eat it, right,
Yeah.
Tita?
Because there's usually a special sauce, no, with shaved radish. When it's in a bowl, dip the Xiaolong Bao there. So when the Xiaolong Bao opens, part of the soup goes down to the soup. Right? So after you eat your Xiaolong Bao, there's soup that gets left there. You take that soup because it's more tasty.
Oh,
Diba?
okay.
Ganon. So that's the purpose of having the sauce.
About the Chinese New Year being good luck with it.
The lucky foods for Chinese New Year are always fish. They should always have fish and noodles. No?
We celebrate Christmases and New Year's as early as September.
Yeah.
But for the Chinese, they also follow the same sort of tradition where
Yeah.
they start as early as November to
November.
celebrate
It's their biggest celebration. It's like their Christmas and New Year combined, no? So they always look forward to that.
When do they start their festivities?
Yeah, around end of November, beginning December. They have traditions also like before Chinese New Year. That's when they sweep everything, they clean.
Sweep everything,
Sweep
like the floor.
the floor, clean everything because during Chinese New Year, you're not supposed to do any sweeping or cleaning anymore because that throws away the bad luck.
It's now time for me to eat prawn salad.
Chinese restaurant.
Check it out. That's a gigantic prawn. Wow. A little bit of fruit. What's great about dim sum food is it's quite light. So you can taste a little of everything because I'm that kind of eater. You know, I like to taste a little bit of everything if I had a choice. And this prawn salad is also equally very, very delicious. Mom says this is really delicious, so I got to try it. It's a little spicy. I don't know what it's called. But it's spicy.
Go.
And I love spicy food. It's like shrimp paste. So you combine it with something neutral. We'll try that with the hakao because it is really spicy. Hakao is so far away from us. So Tita Tina and I are trying to spin the table looking for our hakao. And don't forget, you're not supposed to sweep the floor during the Chinese New Year because that drives away the good fortune. Okay, so don't do that. Though we're not Chinese, still it won't hurt to not do it. Right, so clean the floors or clean the house the day before the Chinese New Year. Do everything before Chinese New Year. Don't drive away the good fortune, drive away the bad luck. But I need my jasmine tea. Thanks. Thanks, Tita.
When the Empress Dowager would eat, she would order 100 dishes. But she would only take a few.
Just like me. So I'm the Empress Dowager.
and then she would tell them to take
Throw
it away.
everything away.
So her eunuchs used to be the ones to eat it. Her
Lucky eunuchs.
Yes, they used
Lucky
to eat how opulent she was.
100 dishes. Oh, here's our dessert.
The mango sago.
So he says this is our mango sago. Can I get that to go?
Mango sago. Please enjoy, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, already served na.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you. What's your name?
Ronnie, ma'am.
Ronnie. Okay, you'll see my video.
And some more hot water.
More
We
hot.
didn't quite order this, but we got it anyway. So we have no choice but to eat this and try it.
Chicken feet?
Isn't it? Adidas. Ooh, this is a fancier version of it. This is going to be. Ew, I don't like that. No, I don't like it. I can't eat that. Okay, it's my first time to eat the chicken legs, but it's not for me.
I know, you should have the taro puff.
And now for dessert, taro. Yum. This is mango sago, and I wish I could get it to go.
Someone sells that in our Bible.
Mango sago is quite refreshing. So it washes down everything that you've eaten, and at the same time it sort of washes that oiliness that you've put or that you've digested. And last but not the least, I'm eating the buchi.
Fuji for dessert, that's favorite.
Alrighty. Yeah. So buchi love. Yes, I love
The
buchi.
birthday before, she said, kailan pa nagpunta sa Mexico? And then she said, kasi hindi siya ng pera.
Yes to the buchi. Very old, good old-fashioned, classic buchi. And that's exactly how I like it, with no other flavor.
Nakakainis talaga yan.
Very moist, very chewy.
Obviously, Danny has no steady work now.
Okay, so let's do a quick recap of everything I liked and I did not like. So mostly everything was perfect. I loved every single item on the dim sum menu, but I have a top 3 favorite. I really like the spring rolls, seriously. I love the taro puff and the xiaolong bao. So those are my top 3 favorites. But the thing that I did not like were the noodles. I wasn't such a big fan of that. Obviously, I did not like the century egg, the chicken feet, or the Adidas. I don't eat it. I've never eaten it ever. But I've tried it for the very first time. Obviously, did not like that. And I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a backgrounder or a little of Chinese food culture. Okay, happy Chinese New Year. Kung hei fa choi to everyone. If you have time to come over to Shangri-La Makati, go ahead and do so while they're still open. It's very sad. It breaks my heart to know this. This is where we hold our balls, and I love to hang out in the lounge and I love to eat the circles. Unfortunately, we have to bid Shangri-La farewell for now. I hope they open soon again.
Good luck!
Thank you.
We're very upset. We're very sad.
Today is the last day that Shang Palace will serve food, so it's already closed. I don't think we'll see them in the next few months, and we're all hoping that Shangri-La Makati will reopen
In a
now.
few months, yes. Not a few years, but
Few
hopefully a few months. There's no way to visit them anymore. What we ate was probably their last meal. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. And don't forget to visit the Shangri-La before they close down. See you on my next food hunt and food adventure. Bye!